As much as we love coming back to our cozy homes, it's always interesting to think about how others live. And by others, we mean billionaires. Most of us picture gigantic mansions with lavish fountains, and most of that is true. However, when it comes down to the most expensive homes in the world, you're in for plenty of surprises. Number 7 is the Biltmore Estates. Also known as America's largest house, the iconic Biltmore Estate was built by George Vanderbilt and sits on 175,000 square feet of land. It has a whopping 35 bedrooms, 43 bathrooms, and 65 fireplaces. The mansion is fit for each personality type. For introverts, the estate houses a 2-story library. If you're a nature lover, you'll thoroughly enjoy the 22-mile trail around the house. You name it, they have it. This mansion is an artwork by the French Renaissance and is perfectly preserved by the Vanderbilt family's original collection of art and furniture. However, the star of the show is the banquet hall, a 7-story high ceiling room with triple fireplaces. Number 6. New York's Fairfield Mansion. Have you imagined what your house would look like if money wasn't an issue? Well, Ira Reinhardt did, and she turned her imagination into reality. The billionaire broke all barriers and constructed a 62,000 square foot mansion, which cost her a staggering $250 million. But these figures aren't exaggerated. The house has 29 bedrooms, 39 bathrooms, 3 swimming pools, and 2 courtyards. It's a heaven for sports lovers and has a lavish bowling alley, basketball, tennis, and squash court. When you're tired, you can enjoy a favorite movie on a 164-seat home theater. Number 5. Villa Les Cedres, French Riviera, France. Villa Les Cedres is full of decadent and rich interior art and architecture. The luxurious mansion, along with its royal history and prime location, is currently valued at a staggering $410 million. Ukraine's richest man, Renat Akhmatov, bought the famous Les Cedres for $221 million in 2019, after remaining a mystery for years. The 35-acre mansion consists of huge gates that open to a pathway of palm trees and cedar trees, also called Cedres. The entrance also has a statue of Athena with a golden tunic. This alone might have given you an idea of what the villa would be like on the inside. Grand rooms with artwork all over the walls and ceiling. The house is filled with fancy chandeliers, carved chairs, antique furniture, and French doors. One thing that we do know about the old royalties is that they loved a good old library. Les Cedres was proof of this, having a wood-paneled library with over 3,000 books. With an Olympic-sized swimming pool and a stable big enough for 30 horses, the rich never failed to surprise us. The Grand Garden that was expanded later is home to more than 14,000 tropical plants, the largest in the whole of Europe. Good thing is that the house is sold with all the furnishings for you to experience the whole vibe. Number 4 is London's Witanhurst. If you've ever wanted Kate Moss as your neighbor, well, here's your chance. Witanhurst is the second most expensive real estate in London after the Grand. It's the biggest private home in the city, spreading over 5 acres of land in the Highgate and poshest area of London. This Georgian mansion caters to 65 rooms, 25 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, and much more. The largest and most talked about room is the ballroom. The room is decorated with oak flooring, timber wall panels, and cornices with gold leaf coated all over. Since its original owners were unable to bear the expense of maintaining this regal property, it remained vacant for a long time. The borehole system is built to heat the house using natural sources. Apart from that, a massage parlor, sauna, 70-foot pool, and other billionaire-friendly amenities are in process. But the question is, who is the lucky person who gets to enjoy all of this? This mystery is yet to be solved. All we know is someone from the British Virgin Islands bought it, and now it's valued at $450 million. Number 3. France's Villa Leopolda. You may recognize this legendary mansion from movies like The Red Shoes and To Catch a Thief. Once owned by the kings of France, this villa is finally being used for what it was best used for. hosting billionaires' lavish parties. The villa got its name from the Belgian king Leopold II. Its current owner, Mikhail Prohorov, is a Russian tycoon who bought it for 300 million euros in 2008. As if the mansion itself wasn't enough, its scenic beauty that would sweep you off your feet, the prime location overlooks the sea and a valley of stunning pine trees. But how big is this house exactly? Well, King Leopold had a far-reaching vision and used a total of 18 acres of land with almost 8 hectares dedicated to a garden. With the planting of olive, orange, and lemon trees, 50 full-time workers have been employed to maintain them. The villa consists of 19 rooms, 14 bathrooms, an outdoor kitchen, a helipad, a commercial greenhouse, terraces, and a breathtaking swimming pool. Villa Leopolda is a valuable structure containing European artwork and culture. So if you're a sucker for the vintage and antique world, this $750 million house is your dream place. Number 2. Mumbai's Antilia Tower. This one is our personal favorite, and here's the reason why. The humongous $2.2 billion tower owned by Mukesh Ambani is carefully crafted to the billionaire and his wife's personal preferences. The Antilia was built by two of the best names in the housing industry, Perkins & Will and Hirsch Bedner Associates. Both the companies made sure that no two rooms looked the same in the 570-foot mansion. Every single detail of the room revolved around two elements, the sun and the lotus. In terms of height, the Antilia looks like a 60-story structure, when in reality it's just 27 stories tall. This illusion was the result of a high-ceiling glass tower, making the Ambani house stand out even from a distance. But here's the part that makes everyone drool. Antilia has 3 rooftop helipads, a huge cinema for all the Bollywood goodness, 9 elevators, and 6th-floor parking for 168 cars at a time. How thoughtful. Fitness and mental health are the main focus for the billionaire, which is why there's a private fitness center, yoga studio, pool, spa, temple, 3 floors of hanging gardens, and even a snow room. And that's not all. The whole tower was built to be earthquake-proof, and it can withstand an earthquake up to a magnitude of 8. Guests were not surprised that this grand mansion has a maintenance cost of a little over $300,000. Number 1 is London's Buckingham Palace. If you've already guessed it, the most expensive house in the world belongs to the British monarchs. That's right. The esteemed Buckingham Palace, with its long history of royalty, is valued at a mind-blowing $4.9 billion. It's no surprise that the palace you see on TV looks just as beautiful in person as well. After all, it was made for perhaps the most successful monarchs in history. It's difficult to wrap your head around the figures of Buckingham Palace. It has 54 royal and guest rooms, 78 bathrooms, 92 offices, 19 staterooms, and 188 staff bedrooms. Now to the cool stuff. The royals take their movies very seriously, which is why the palace features a personal cinema hall. Other than that, you can find a swimming pool, surgery room, post office, and even a jeweler's workshop within the estate. The exterior of the palace is just as magnificent as its interior. As the royals like being outdoorsy, they built London's largest private garden within their palace. It's complemented by a beautiful lake, a tennis court, and its very own helipad. Buckingham Palace regularly hosts events and ceremonies. One of the many events is the Queen's Golden Jubilee, where Brian May performed from the roof of Buckingham Palace. We hope that you've now become familiar with the craziest and most expensive homes in the world. Let us know in the comments the house you loved and the house that was absurd. And as always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.